You never realize how addicted you were until you finally decide to quit. Nobody ever felt like a junkie while they were high on their given substance of choice. You don't feel like a drug addict when you're feeling the high of your chosen vice. You only realize how addicted you were and how addicted you are when you finally experience the come down. You don't realize you're addicted to these sketchy adult websites until you finally decide, hey, I need to go a couple weeks without this. And then the craving sets in and you're like, wow, I'm really just so attached to these things. This is insanity. You never realized how badly you want a cigarette until you finally get to the end of day 2 without nicotine. You don't think you're addicted to caffeine when you're consuming it 2, 3, 4 times a day. And then the one day shows up where you just aren't in the situation where you can purchase any caffeine from a coffee shop or a energy drink from a gas station. And wow, you're like, I really have no energy without this drug. You never really know how addicted you are until you finally decide to quit. These substances are hijacking you. The sketchy adult websites, your addiction to women, your addiction to caffeine, nicotine, alcohol, weed, psychiatric medication, short form content, junk food, and we could fill in the blank with whatever your current addiction is of choice. If you do it and it gives you feel good chemicals on the front end and it's a little bit too easy, you probably need to go without it for a couple of weeks just to see how much of a grip it had around your neck. This is not anything to play around with. Most people are vastly addicted to multiple different substances that are available to them. The ones we have just named, along with many other illicit, illegal ones as well. This is not good. Most people's minds are hijacked by these addictions because they cannot simply just sit in the quietness of their own mind. Because really, when they get off these drugs, it's not quiet in their own mind. There is no peace. It is just constant voices in their head, not actual like crazy person voices in their head, but it's like a chatter, it's a looping of thinking. And they feel like the only way they can get peace is when they finally, or when they, have a couple drinks and, oh my God, now I can finally let go. Or when they lose themselves into a kinky video on the internet, whatever their drug is of choice. They cannot overcome the thinking mind, the chattering, thinking, egoic mind, unless they are vastly overstimulated. And this is your battle to fight in a world of overstimulation. The greatest feat is simply becoming sober. And this is one of the only things that I am sure of. I know that my battle here to fight is to become sober, is to become spiritually connected without any substance whatsoever. And if you are here watching this video, there is a reason why you feel the same pulling and calling as well. There's a reason you feel called to retain your sexual energy, to hold your seed. There is a reason you feel led to get away from these addictions that everybody else is allowed to partake in. Because you realize that on the other sides of overcoming these addictions, your attachments to the physical world, to dopaminergic stimulation, is connection with your soul and is connection with your higher self. And really, that is why you came here to earth. You came here to earth to experience being separated from your higher self so you can learn to come into contact with your soul once again. And that's why this realm is not easy. That's why earth is hard as shit. Earth sucks. It's hard down here. You're basically pretending that you're disconnected from your soul so that you have to learn how to navigate being lost in the fog, how to navigate being lost from your own divine innate connection with God, your soul, your higher self, and the universe, so that you can learn how to reconnect with that through presence, through through sobriety, through stillness. There isn't one path to God. It's whatever your path is. This could be getting sober. This could be meditation. This could be going to church. This could be reading the ancient scriptures and divine texts. And there's many other things that we could fill in there as well. But that is for you to find. That is for you to go in your soul. Not to a priest, not to a pastor, not to your parents. You go inward and you say, God, universe, creator of my soul, show me who you are. Show me how to connect with you. Show me what I goddamn need to do because I don't know. It's not about belief. It is about faith. It's about putting your arms up and saying, I don't know what the hell is going on here. Please, God, help me. And if you genuinely do that, you open your arms, it will show you exactly what you need to do. And you know it's going to be the correct answer because guess what? You're probably not going to like it. It's going to say, get off those websites. Get sober. Get still. Confront the fears in your mind and do it with no drugs, no substances. And that's hard because you got to sit with that motherfucking pain. You got to sit in that fire. And it's not easy. It's not fun. Bro, it ain't fucking fun. But that is why you have to do it because nobody else can handle this. Getting sober in a world full of dopaminergic stimulation and dopamine addiction is the hardest thing you can do, but you are a strong, grounded soul. There's a reason God laid this on your heart and not anybody else's, because you are the one who is here to break the generational curse. You are here to be a pattern disruptor, to destroy the current world as we know it, not from protesting or changing legislation or anything like that, but by burning it from within, by saying, I refuse to be a part of the system, the parasitic, disgusting, satanic system that siphons people's energy, time, attention, and life force away from them. I respectfully opt out of the system. And that starts with making your bed. It starts with cleaning your freaking kitchen counter. It starts with staying off the websites. It starts with not eating the Cheetos, not eating the Airheads, and eating the chicken and the grass-fed ribeye steak. It starts with going for a walk instead of scrolling on your phone. It starts with spending a few moments in silence instead of drowning it out with music. Not that any one of these things are bad or negative in their own right. It's not bad to listen to a little bit of music. It's not bad to eat a Snickers bar. That's not what I'm saying. If that's what you think I'm saying, then you're losing the fucking point. What I'm saying is, if you're using as a crutch to run from your soul, to run from what must be faced, then you really need to give it up because you're using it as an escape. And you are not here to escape. You are here to transcend by facing it. You're not here to transcend through escaping it. You're here to transcend, to rise up by going down. As the roots of you as a tree go down, your branches will ascend. But first, you have to take the dive. You first have to get sober. You first have to hold your masculine energy and retain your seed. This is what you must do. And that's why every single video I end up saying the same thing. You let your balls fill, you get sober, you sit in that fire, and what you need to do will be revealed to you. God will show you the path. The universe will lay on your heart what you need to be shown. All you need to do is trust it and do what you need to do. You don't need to go start a company. You don't need to hang out with these people. You don't need to do this, do that, or the other. All you need to do is get silent, get sober, sit in that motherfucking fire, and the universe and your higher self will come to you in the silence of your own mind. And it will say, now you're ready. Now you're ready. Now you're ready. See you in the next video, buddy.